Have you heard anything from the SEC? Any updated communications or questions? Because my understanding is the deadline to respond to your ETF application is Friday.
That's exactly right. Thanks for having me on. The SEC has 45 days to initially respond to applications for novel ETFs like a Spot Bitcoin ETF, and that window ends Friday for us. Historically, the SEC has extended their review. They can move those deadlines out by another 45 days, and that may happen. If I were an investor looking ahead, I'd circle October 16th as the next big deadline to watch. That's 45 more days after this weekend, and also 45 days after the grayscale ruling, which is the last day the SEC could appeal. So this week is momentous. October 16th may be a very good day to keep an eye on.
There's a question on how the SEC acts. Do they approve each application one by one, to your mind, or do they go by a common clock whereby they let everyone launch at once? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a great question. We don't know. If you look back at the history of the SEC's treatment of ETFs, you can see examples of each. And so we have no idea what their plans are. I will say, on behalf of investors, the best outcome is likely to line up multiple ETFs and allow them to launch at once. That'll create the most competition, the lowest prices, the best products, and be the fairest probably to the asset managers who have worked so hard over 10 years to get a Spot Bitcoin ETF approved. So if we do get approval, that's what I'm hoping to see. But of course, anything could happen. We could see it in any which way.
We're showing Bitcoin's performance in the session off by 1.5%, but at around $27,000 per token. The point being, Matt, the sort of euphoria of the US appeals decision was short-lived. I thought that that was supposed to be a starting gun or signal that this is great news for crypto.
Yeah, I think it is great news for crypto, right? Crypto is going from a niche asset to a mainstream asset. This was an important step along this journey. But my expectation is about what we're seeing today. I think people are likely to overestimate the short-term impact of an ETF and underestimate the long-term impact of an ETF. That's what we saw when gold ETFs were approved in 2003. That really transformed gold as an asset class, moved it into the mainstream. But it's not as if gold took off on the day it was approved. And I'd expect the same thing about Bitcoin. People want this to be a one-day story. It's fun to follow the race, but this is actually a 10-year story. This is about Bitcoin moving from the edge of the investment community to the center of the mainstream allocation space. That's really exciting. But if you're investing in that, you should be thinking about 10 years and not a few days.
When you say if you're investing, I wonder who you're referring to there, because the kind of two mainstay concerns of the SEC is the participation of retail investors, also the idea of market manipulation. Have you been active in sort of addressing those concerns with the regulator?
Yeah, absolutely. We've submitted over 400 pages of academic research demonstrating that the Bitcoin market of today is not the Bitcoin market of 5 or 10 years ago. This market has matured. I think it's matured to the space that we can have a Bitcoin ETF available. And the big point is investors are allocating to Bitcoin already. They're using consumer apps. They're using other tools. All an ETF would do is make it safer, cheaper, and provide more regulatory protections to help investors get better exposure to something that they're finding their way to get exposure to as well. I will say we started this journey on Spot Bitcoin ETFs 10 years ago, and the SEC was right to deny Bitcoin ETFs at that point. The industry wasn't ready. The institutions weren't ready. The infrastructure wasn't ready. But I think today it is, and it's time for us to move forward.
How do you move forward and win? We just showed the calendar of everyone that could potentially have an ETF approved. It's quite a few of you. So how are you competitive against the large pack?
Yeah, Bitwise, crypto is all that we do. We've been doing this for 6 years. We work with thousands of financial advisors and tens of thousands of investors. We've helped them navigate the great parts of crypto and the challenges. I think some investors will want to turn towards large familiar asset managers like BlackRock. And others will want to turn to a crypto expert that they can call up and get answers from that are informed about what's going on in crypto. If you look at ETFs historically, specialist asset managers that focus on something 24/7, 365 win more than their fair share of assets. And that's what Bitwise is providing. You know, we're the largest crypto index fund provider in America, and we want to take that expertise into this spot Bitcoin ETF market and serve investors that way.